1. Good day, everybody. Today we are going to spend our time looking at the Wassce SSC mathematics past question. And this day we are looking at the topic under number basis. Of course, all the questions here are questions from the Wassce past questions. Right, so let's start with the first question. The first question says if 1, 2, 4 base n equal to 2, 3, 2 base 5, find n. Right, and this is Wassce question 2014, question 2b. That is the theory. Right, so let's start. So here we go. The first thing now is to write out the numbers 1, 2, 4 base n equal to 2, 3, 2 base 5. Now what I'm going to do now is to give the exponent to these numbers. Now for us to do that, we need to convert both sides of the equation to base 10. And so I'm going to give the exponent to each number starting from behind. So 4 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, and 1 to the power 2. I'll do the same here, 2 to the power 0, 3 to the power 1, and 2 to the power 2. Good. So the next step is to expand it, and I'll expand it by multiplying these individual digits by the base. So starting from the left, I have 1 times the base, which is n, to the power, the base to the power 2, plus 2 times the base, n, to the power 1, plus 4 times n to the power 0 equal to 2 times the base, this time the base is 5, to the power 2, plus 3 times 5 to the power 1, plus 2 times the base 5 to the power 0. Then the next thing, of course, is to expand to remove the bracket, of course. So 1 times 2 to the power of n to the power 2 is going to be n to the power 2 plus 2 times n, of course, is going to give me 2n plus, remember, any value to the power 0 is equal to 1. Any value to the power 0, even 100 to the power 0 is 1, 9 to the power 0 is 1. Therefore, n to the power 0 is 1. So it's going to be 4 times 1, and 4 times 1 is 4, equal to 2 times 5 to the power 2, of course, is 25. 5 to the power 2 is 25. Plus 3 times the power 5 plus 2 times the power 1. Remember I said any value to the power or exponent 0 is 1. So in short, I'm going to have 2n to the power 2 plus 2n plus 4 equal to 50 plus 15 plus 2. Therefore, n to the power 2 plus 2n plus 4 is equal to, right, so 50 plus 15, that is 65, plus 2, that's 67. That's 67, right? Good. $67. Therefore, 67. Now, n to the power 2 plus 2n equal to 67 minus 4. N to the power 2 plus 2n equal to 63. Good. Now, n to the power 2 plus 2n. Let me move this to the other side of the equation. Minus 63 equal to 0. Now, so I'm going to factorize this equation so that I can find the value of n. Therefore, n to the power 2 plus 2n minus 63 equal to 0. Now I'm going to find two factors of 63 such that when I add these two factors up, I'll get this value. And when I multiply the two factors, I'll get 63. And therefore, the factors are positive 9 and negative 7, right? Good. So I'm going to substitute 2n, then replace it with these values or the factors of 63. Therefore, n squared plus 9n minus 7n minus 63 equal to 0. Good. So I'll group these values into 2, then factorize. So 9n squared plus 9n, the common factor is n. Bracket n plus 9 minus, yes, 7n and 63, the common factor is 7. Bracket n plus 9. Right. Now, you remember in this bracket, it was negative. Now, I have positive here. Now, the question is, why positive? So that if I want to expand to remove the bracket, negative times positive will give me back the negative sign. That is why I have it there. Right. So, the next thing is keep those figures outside the bracket in one bracket. Therefore, n minus 7 in one bracket. And then check those in the bracket, they are the same. N plus 9 equal to 0. Therefore, n minus 7 is equal to 0. N plus 9 is also equal to 0. Then I want to look for the value of n. N equal to 0 plus 7. N is equal to 7. That's for the first one. This one. Then n plus 9 equal to 0. N equal to 0 minus 9. N equal to negative 9. Good. So you've had two values for n, that is positive 7 and negative 9. Of course, so with a number base, there's no way you can have negative as the base of a number. Therefore, the positive one is, therefore, this, the answer is, the n is 7. Okay, n is 7. The n is 7. Right. Good. I hope you understood the question and the procedure. Good. So let's move to the next question. I think with that you'll be able to understand it better. The next question here we have, if 1, 2, 3 base x equal to 33, 8 base 10 or 38. So 1, 2, 3 base x equal to 38 base 10. Right, this one is already in base 10. So what we have to do now is only convert 1, 2, 3 base x to base 10 so that we can equate it to 38. And I said for you to convert to base 10, the first thing to do is the exponent or the power. Good. Then the next thing is to expand it by multiplying by the base. So I'm going to have 1 times x to the power 2 plus 2 times x to the power 1 plus 3 times x to the power 0 equal to 38. To remove the bracket, I'm going to have x squared times 1, that is x squared, plus 2x plus, I told you any value to the power 0, any value to the power 0 is 1. Therefore, this is 1. 1 times 3 is 3, equal to 38, remember. Right. So x squared plus 2x equal to 38 minus 3. S squared plus 2s is equal to 35. Okay? Good. Now I'm going to form an equation, s squared plus 2x minus 35 equal to 0. So I'm going to factorize it now. The next step is to factorize it. And I'm going to do that now. Good. So to factorize this, I have 2x squared plus 2x minus 35 equal to 0. I'm going to look for two factors of 35 such that when I add them up, I'll get this value. That's 2. And when I multiply them, I'll get negative 35. Therefore, I have positive 7 and negative 5. If I multiply these values, I'll get negative 35. If I add them up, I'll get positive 2. So I'm going to substitute these values to replace 2x. Therefore, x squared plus 7x minus 5x minus 35 equal to 0. I'm going to group them in twos like I did earlier on. So x squared and 7x, the common value here is x, bracket x plus 7, because the x is already out. Okay, minus the common one, 5 and 35. Yes, 5 can go into both, therefore is the common factor. X minus, no, it's going to be plus 7. I told you so that if I want to remove the bracket, negative 5 times positive 7 will give me negative 35 as usual, equal to 0. Keep those outside the bracket in one bracket. That's then these are the same, so I'll pick one out of the two. Plus 7 equal to 0. Right, so I can now say x minus 5 is equal to 0. Then x plus 7 is equal to 0. So I want to look for the value of x. Right, now I'm looking for the value of x now. I'm going to have x Remember, minus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 0 plus 5. S is equal to 5. Then the second one, which is x plus 7 equal to 0. S is equal to 0 minus 7. S is equal to negative 7. Good. Of course, the base is going to be positive instead of negative. Therefore, with our question, the base now is going to be, what do you call it? 1, 2, 3, base 5. 1, 2, 3, base 5. And I hope you got it. Good. So from here we can now move down to another one. Of course, this is draw a multiplication table in base 6 on the set 1, 2, 3, and that is, I've drawn the table already, though this was in the table. In the question you were only given set 1, 2, 3, 4, and therefore you have to draw the table. So for the sake of time, this is how the table is going to be. The sign there is positive sign, all right, and the members of the set are 1 to 4. So you can see 1 to 4 in the horizontal and 1 to 4 in the vertical. Therefore, I'm going to multiply them. So the first one is 1 times 1. You agree with me? 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. Take note, in multiplication, addition, or anything concerning number base, none of the answers should be equal or greater than the base. Again, none of the answers should be equal or greater than the base. If that happens, divide it by the base, record the remainder as your answer, and then move the original answer forward. Right, so let's continue. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Remember, we are talking about base 6. And 2 times 3 giving us 6. It means it's equal to the base. Let's divide it by the base. 6 divided by 6 is 1. Remainder 0. Right, so I told you, write the remainder, which is 0. And then carry the original answer forward. So it's 1, 0. Good. Then 2 times 4 is 8. 8 is greater than the base. Let's divide it by the base, which is 1 remainder 2. Remainder. The remainder first, 2, followed by the. Good. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 is equal to the base. 6 divided by the base, which is 1 remainder 0. So 1 and 0, like we have here. 3 times 3 is 9. Divided is gonna be 1 remainder 3. Yes, so 3 and then 1. Then 3, 4 is 12. 12. Let's divide it by the base. 12 divided by 6 is 2 remainder 0. Therefore, I write my remainder 0, and then 2 is carried forward. Perfect. I hope you are getting it, the understanding of it. Then 4 times 1, remember, is 4, is less than the base, so I write it there. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 is greater than the base. Therefore, 8 divided by 6 is going to give me 1 remainder 2. The remainder 2, and then my 1. Then I have 4 times 3, which is 12. 4 times 3 is 12. Now 12 divided by 6, that is 2 remainder 0. So it's going to give us 0. Then 2. Then the last one, 4 times 4, remember, is 16. 16 divided by 6 is 2 remainder 4. Right, so the remainder being 4, and then this is 2. Yes, I hope you got it. Then from the table, let's solve 2 times a certain number equal to 2. So let's see, you got 2, there's 2 here, right? Good, there's 2 here, and there's 2 here. So 2 times what number give us the answer 2? That was 2 times 1. Therefore, our x is equal to 1 here. Remember, here is 1. Then a certain number times the same number will give us 4. Let's look at it. We have this. certain number here. And then we have another one here, which is another 4. But here we had 1 times 4 give us 4. But remember, the variables given are the same, mm. So it means the numbers must be the same, right? And therefore you go for 2 times 2, which resulted to 4. Therefore m is equal to 2. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. So let's move on to the next question. Now with the next question, let's see. A number is written as 37 in base x twice. A number is written as 75 in base x. Find the value of x. Find the value of x. So, right. So 37 base x is equal to 75 base x. Therefore, you are looking for the value of x, right? Right. So let's go on. But remember, the question is twice the number. So twice 37, right? 2 times 37 is equal to this. So it's going to be 2 bracket 3 base x equal to 75 base x. Now I told you you need to convert these values to base 10, and to do that you need to give the exponent 0, then exponent 1. This is 0. Then exponent 0. This is 1. Therefore 2 bracket 3 times 3 times x base 1 plus 7 times x base 0 equal to 75 times x base 1. 7 times x base 1 plus 5 times x, exponent 0. Right. So this is 2 bracket 3x plus, remember, any value to the exponent 0 is 1. So this is 1 times 7, which is 7, equal to 7x plus 5. Good. So you cannot remove this bracket, which is 6x, right, plus 14 equal to 7x plus 5. The next thing is grouping like terms. So 6x minus 7x equal to 5 minus 14. Negative s is equal to negative 9. Right? So looking for the value of x, negative s equal to negative 9. You can divide here by negative 1 and divide here by negative 1. This negative will cancel out this. This is also going to cancel out this. Therefore, s is equal to 9. Good. Yes, I hope you are getting things right. Then let's solve this. Of course, it's going to be our last question for today. So if 36 to base n is equal to 76, of course, 76, without telling us the base, we have to note that without telling us the base, it means it's base 10. Therefore, 136 base n equal to 76, right? Equal to 76. Then this is already in base 10, like I said. You are going to convert this to base 10. Therefore, 0, 1, 2. So 1 times the base, which is n to the power 2, plus 3 times n to the power 1, plus 6 times n to the power 0 equal to 76. Okay, therefore n squared plus 3n plus, remember this is 1 because it's to the power 0, plus 6 is equal to 76. Therefore n squared plus 3n equal to 76 minus 6. N squared plus 3n equal to 70, right? Good. To go further is going to be n squared plus 3n minus 70 equal to 0. Therefore, I have to simplify this. Let me simplify this, or by factorizing. So let's look for factors of 70 such that when I add the two factors, I'll get positive 3. But when I multiply the two factors, I'll get negative 70. And of course, it's positive 10 and negative 7. So for our factorization, I'm going to substitute these numbers to replace 3n. Therefore, n squared, right, plus 10n minus 7n minus 70 equal to 0. I'm going to group it in twos. Therefore, n bracket n plus 10 minus 7 bracket n minus, no, plus 10 equal to 0. Now let me keep those figures outside in a bracket. So n minus 7 in one bracket, and then n plus 10 in another bracket equal to 0. Therefore, n minus 7 is 0. Then n plus 10 is 0. Good. So I'm going to look for the value of n. Then to look for the value of n minus 7 equal to 0. N equal to 0 plus 7. N is equal to 7. Then n plus 10 is equal to 0. N equal to 0 minus 10. N is equal to negative 10. Therefore, of course, our number base should be positive. Therefore, our answer to this particular question is positive. Therefore, it's going to be, S is going to be just that. I hope you got our lessons, and of course, that's the end of our lesson. So I hope you enjoyed our lesson. God bless you. Stay tuned, keep on practicing, and you get to be perfect. Bye.